Hi everybody, it's time for the weeklies from June 1st to June 15th. Just want to tell you that the Facebook contest will be announced tomorrow, the winners for May. However, the contest will continue, so please, if you haven't joined Facebook pages, just do, and every comment, every share, everything is like earning you one entry toward the contest that will be for June. So it will be 3 extra readings of 20 minutes, so join in. Another thing this month is your Ex Coming Back series is coming out shortly in about a week. So if you want to get a reading, this is still on a special for $50 instead of $60. So contact me for your personal reading. So let's jump in and see your weekly readings. Hi Scorpio, let's check your bi-weeklies from June 1st to June 15th. Okay, Scorpio bi-weekly, June 1st to June 15th. Scorpio, June 1st to June 15th. Scorpio, what is for Scorpio in these 2 weeks from June 1st to June 15th. Okay, you have a message. Right time, right place, right people. That's pretty encouraging, right? Scorpio from June 1st to June 15th. Okay, Scorpio, June 1st to June 15th. All right. You have, wow, 7 of Swords, the very first card. Then you have another 7, Chariot reversed. You have 8 of Wands, 3 of Wands reversed. Then you have 2 of Swords. You have King of Pentacles. You have Knight of Wands. You have 9 of Swords. You have Knight of Pentacles. And you have King of Wands reversed. So we have some fire elements in your charts. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 fire elements. We have 3 swords, and we have 2 pentacles. Guess what we don't have? Yeah, we don't have you. So let's start. It's on the surface is better than before, so I'll give you this. It's just like you're still dealing with somebody's sneaky behavior, somebody taking something away from you. You're literally walking through fire and you're still having the issues, but it looks like your communication is improving, you're getting grounded, or if you and you guys had this like 3-party thing and not going forward, but looks like you're getting grounded. Maybe you're coming back or reconciling over here, reigniting, but it could be also negotiation about how to handle things about the kids, because this is King of Pentacles, and then we have King of Wands reversed. Or these could be 2 different people, that you are meeting somebody new and you're letting go of somebody old, which I really hope is the case. So what are you bringing from the past? You have like 3 of Wands reversed here, which means that something or somebody got in a way of results, and this is kind of planning, goal-oriented kind of phase, but kind of like not really materializing, right? And it was something connected to your home. It was talking about affecting your family harmony, right? And hence it didn't charge forward. Again, like Knave of Wands came out for, and this is what we've seen from your previous readings, right? So now this is good. I like this card because this is the card of communication. It's could also mean arrows of love basically, but it's definitely talking about really something that is moving really swiftly, right? But it's kind of confusing because here again we are not moving, but that kind of like you're bringing to the situation and really you're hoping for something to resolve. So there is a juggling or somebody is juggling, or certainly like you're maintaining a balance, which you didn't have it in a while. And I like to see these pentacles for water. You're kind of like raising your vibration up, which is good to say. Oh, by the way, I do have a second channel, Sapphire Dreams. Of course, it's named after my Sapphi. And you have this, how to raise your vibration. I'll try to remember and put it in the end of this video as well, or even in the bottom in the description box, so look out for that. And this is talking about maintaining this balance on many levels, kind of trying to find, you know, like and realize that life goes up and down. That's just simply the nature. And 2 is talking about the finances and making decisions. And to some extent, you have a 10, the Wheel of Fortune reverse. So when Wheel of Fortune reverses, it's really talking that you really don't have much influence, because that kind of like big changes are coming here, and like you're anticipating changes, but they're not really going to be exactly what you anticipate. You kind of like think, to some extent, I would say, that you have everything under control, but this can be anticipation of, you know, that things might not go wrong, and it certainly could be a little run in a bad luck. And certainly daily vibrations, because I finished dailies, all dailies for June. The first week in June is going to be kind of critical for all signs. Now, this kind of worries me, because you're entering this period with kind of like feeling that somebody, you know, basically did something, not so much behind your back, but really right in front of you, and you kind of like neglected to see that, or that somebody just like doesn't see your efforts whatsoever, and it's kind of like feels like a blatant oh my gosh, it's yet another 7, blatant kind of arrogance, you know, belligerence, if you wish. And then you have a 7 of Pentacles, and like come in, and there is a situation that could involve finances. So for those of you who are still fighting for a relationship, you're kind of like reaching the end of this rope. You're kind of giving up. And you see, 4 of Cups is again kind of like that interesting cards of when it's in the upright situation, it talks about dissatisfaction with the reality, but when it's reversed, it talks about depression. So this is kind of like on 3 different levels. You have Swords, you have Pentacles, you have Cups. Almost like it sounds like you feel defeated, and this kind of like is also a card of defeat, because it's reversed. So Chariot is like victory, moving forward, merging, and this is like what is needed in life, right? So this is kind of like, this is juggling on sort of like a daily base, but this is sort of like putting your life in order, right? It would be using almost a force to triumph. This also can talk about traveling, but you have it this way. So this kind of like means going nowhere and being stuck, right? So depressed, stuck, feeling wronged. Look, and yeah, you're actually blaming yourself. Like you kind of feel that you did not trust your intuition, that it was something happening. Yeah, somebody was telling you all these nice romantic things, and or maybe not some romantic things. Like Knight of Chalices is like somebody is sorry, like you are hearing those words, or maybe you're just being hurt by your romantic interest here, because it could be involvement of somebody else as well, because Chariot reverse is also talking about lack of morality, or maybe you have been betrayed. But in any case, you're healing. And this card, 10 of Swords, when it comes out, it tells me that this is like really not listening to your intuition. Literally, you know that certain things would not go right, and you go into it anyway. And it's kind of like insisting on certain things, and kind of like trying to control things, and the thing just does not work out, right? And when it's like this way, it tells me about being overly dramatic, and right, so it is probably normal if you're depressed, and you're depressed because like you still see somebody as something they're really not, right? Because I see here you have like this Knight of Chalices, and this is the only card that is upright. Everything else is kind of like gone, and almost like could even sound to me that you're trying to preserve somebody's dignity. And maybe somebody was really not nice to you, and you're being nice to them in your own head, and trying to kind of like keep it almost like as idealistic. Knight in a shining armor on a white horse, it's really just the stuff you see in the fairy tales, right? You do know that if you idolize a person like that, it's eventually going to hurt you, because you are getting this unrealistic thing, but you're really dealing with lots of things on your plate. So it could be just simply self-surviving mechanism, right? So there is like what is crowning you, Two of Swords. It's a conflict between heart and mind, right? So this is water and unknown and secrets, right? Like really not know what it is. It's feeling blindfolded. And again, like you have like, I mean, sort of like you're in between the options and coming back. You see, Six of Swords is lots of mental activity happening. Six of Swords is really this card. Look at this. Like, I love this card. Like this big eyes. Going to the safety. Going to something that probably and hopefully will be better, right? And this means you're unable to find help. This goes back to your depression, guys. It is related to something organized. It could be related to a relationship. It could be related to marriage, because this is a marriage, something that is falling, and then feeling depressed, and then, you know, juggling, and then again kind of coming back, because we did see that theme in Scorpio's reading a lot. But then again, somebody might be coming back. Here I have King of Pentacles in the really near future, which is kind of like stability at the very least, if this is not a person. And as a person, it's a really good person. King of Pentacles is talking about someone who has authority, who makes decisions, stability, control, and it's kind of like feeling in a good financial state, right? So here it shows, so in any case, like, I mean, you're landing on your 2 feet, right? If this is not a person, it's basically talking about kind of like, this certainly can be a husband, it certainly can be feeling connectivity, well, but it's not a husband. So 4 of Wands reversed means like this is not happening, it's actually retracting, it's going back. So somebody here wants still to continue a relationship that keeps lingering around. And why is this happening? This is kind of like, remember, this came out when I was shuffling, like being in the right time in the right place, with hope that this can change, because right now there is a relationship in your life that is existing only in one person's head, and in that person's head, this is like such a wonderful person. He's like so romantic, so he's loving, you really want everything with this person, you don't want to move on, you want to communicate and everything else. However, there will be circumstances that will hurt you, like you have a 10 and you have a 10 over here, and you will still kind of continue fighting for this person to go to the next level. But the truth is that Temperance talks about possible unity, right, in spite of everything, and King of Pentacles talks about unity based on shared interest, based on if you're married with someone, this person might be coming back because of influences of the others, because you share kids together, you share a family together, you share resources together, and at the very least it's going to be some kind of proposal how to make it work, because I see things coming back, but it's still not going to be reached final decision, because there will be lots of juggling. You will, however, try to get this sealed, because Knight of Wands is talking about really passionate, swift action, inspiration, and it's kind of like going to give you a new boost. Very much how you really didn't have it in the past, it's going to come back, and this is you are like resurrecting yourself, there is this protectiveness, and and then giving up. What's going on here? What is this here? This can also mean that you're going to be surprised by something. About what? Something from the past is going to come up. Something from the past, like Judgment is the card where all these past actions are coming to resurface, and maybe you'll be able to summon everything that you did right in the past. And I think that's your best foot forward, right? When the old dead situation is basically coming back, it's just like maybe something has died, maybe there was a breakup, maybe this is like what you're trying to hold on, because this talks about breakup here as well, and you're trying to revise this. Let's reassociate, right? This is kind of like twofold thing, which kind of is really hard for me to really give you a definite answer, but certainly you're finding yourself in some extent, kind of like finding faith in yourself, but at the same time you're giving up on something, because with Judgment it is an invitation to free yourself, right? Like this is literally kind of like a resurrection and going to the new level, sort of like finding a spiritual lesson in all of it. This is very true if you guys are dating somebody who is either Sagittarius or Earth sign, because there are like really strong messages coming over here. So having said that, your environment is not extremely very supportive of you, and this is like you worry a lot, you have lots of regrets. Maybe you haven't done things in time. It was about somebody. It was about making a choice in love, or, you know, making choice that you could have done in time, but for some reason, even maybe you made a choice, but somehow it didn't result in basically what you wanted. It's just like, you know, when you're falling in love and then you don't maintain this love, and then all of a sudden the people just kind of like walk away from you, and you just want to tell them, well, you know what, I do love you all along, I was just maybe not expressing it, right? And all of a sudden, like, you just lose them for, you know, like, I mean, not knowing how to kind of like invoke them back. See, and you want to do that, you literally will start expressing your love, and maybe this is a suggestion, but somebody might cut him off. It's going to be, or you might be just simply torn, because this is a choice, and this choice between your heart and your head. So, and this is why you're spinning, but look at this, like you have 9 and you have a 1. But I don't really know if you really have a choice. To some extent you do, to other extent you don't really want to make this decision, right? So in hopes and fears, you have Knight of Pentacles, and Knight of Pentacles is a test. You're really moving forward, you're kind of finding your ground. So you have the King of Pentacles here, and then you have a Knight of Pentacles here. It's carefully dealing with the physical world, kind of finding new resources, trying to kind of move on. It's not really fast movement, but it is. And again, it's reigniting that passion, which kind of like you have lost, and then you have gained, and you gave up. And the Queen of Wands, there is a person here, or this could be you, Queen of Wands, kind of the Empress. So if you guys are mothers and you're trying to reconnect with that, with connection with your children, you're trying to reconnect with your sexy nature, somehow there is a conflict between how to go about that. Like one basically way, like when like the crossroads are definitely here. Like one path is saying, let's go slower and let's build it properly, and the other path is like saying, well, we have no time to go slow, we have to really move fast, right? And you're trying to be everything to everybody, and then or somebody trying to be everything to everybody, and then it's like this failure over here, right? Because look, you have King of Wands here, also reversed. So it tells me, again, trying to go into couplehood where there is no couplehood. Like, I mean, it's not happening. And it is, again, lack of nourishment, lack of creativity. And this is a children. Look, there is a couple with children. For those of you who are basically couple and children, this basically tells me that you have to figure out how to make it work for them. Not so much in a relationship, but I guess maybe this can be interpreted this way, that you have to balance the situation. Maybe situation got out of control for those of you couples. For those of you who are not couples, just be very careful, because somebody married might be romancing you and be very kind of sweet talking to you, and it's ultimately going to hurt you. This person is not going to leave his wife and the kids. But here, for the others of you, like, you're like really torn about some decisions, about some relationship that could be even marriage. And it sounds to me, again, before I saw you holding on to this like really, really hard, but right now you're getting to a situation where you are not even sure what basically is happening, or why is this happening, and where to go from there. Did I not have one more card here? Let's see, 1, 2, 3. I'm missing something here. Okay, we're going to pull one more card. So it was meant to be like this way. So now I have the Moon. So I think this is the key. The Moon talks about secrets. It talks about deceptions. You literally feel you're trying everything, you're really trying to work and getting nowhere, and you're going through everything these 2 weeks, Scorpio. You're going from depression to reviving yourself, like literally your Scorpio to the max. Reviving yourself, becoming a communicator, juggling resources, coming back to the old issues, reigniting your own passions, trying to kind of like seal the deal with someone, keeping the utmost positive attitude about somebody, while you're being ridden with this anxiety, while you're like having this difficult choices between head and heart, because at this stage it's getting really to you that this is kind of really difficult, because you have nines, you have ones, 9 1 9 1, and literally every moment for you, and this is the Wheel of Fortune, it can, like, everything is like spinning around you. It kind of like, it feels like you're not having like firm, like, I mean, grip on reality. And it looks like, for those of you who have kids, right, that you really want to kind of make this work because of the kids, absolutely, and reignite this passion, and right, and there is like this kind of like, let's build it, we can have a life together. But you know, this is the key. There's like a changeable and uncertainty, and the situation is like also written with deceptions, and you might be, well, I don't know, this is still not revealing the things, because when Moon comes this way, then the truth comes out. It's kind of like difficult for you to know what is real, what is not real. And look, it's really telling you it's time to move on. And you're maybe contemplating at some level. This is still not activity. This is like really thinking, okay, can I do it? But this is the first time in a long time that this is coming out. You see, this is kind of, somebody needs to be admired, or again, it could be a little bit about winning and you don't feel like winning. And it's maybe also kind of like considering your choices, what kind of choices you have or you don't have, and then again coming back. It's exactly what I'm saying, going back, going forward, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Okay, Scorpio, it is better than before. I think you are getting grip on reality. you are just going through really a debate with yourself what you want. It's almost like having two basically little kind of creatures and having pros and cons for each side. Okay, I want to see this. This is kind of like a biggie here because you're ridden with anxiety over choices. So what is this all about? And this is almost like also your environment that is pushing you into this, and you're not ready though. So let's see, what is this all about? I have one. There will be a letter, or maybe you got a letter already. There is some kind of communication that you really don't want, or maybe you're communicating something that it's not being accepted. Okay, now I have a whole bunch of cards coming out here. So again, there are secrets. This is also secrets, money, and dealing with money issues. And room really talks about somebody who's close to you, and again, like, you really want to be surprised. Like, so again, it's talking, this is kind of like that Ace of Chalices, and then like being hopeless or surprise may not kind of like give you what you want, and hence maybe that's why Ace of Swords, you're cutting out things that are not productive. So I want to see, what is this King of Pentacles here? What is this all about? Huh. You see, that's somebody you're in love with, or this is like somebody you're dedicated. And so basically that's what I was saying. Let's see if this, what is this Four of Wands? Is this going to be some reconciliation over here? Let's see. There is somebody else involved in the situation. It could be one extra person, because there is enemy. This also could be your ex, and it could be that he's both, you know, like when you love somebody you hate them at the same time, because it's not, they're not opposite emotions, so hence you can actually feel them at the same time. I don't know, like simply let's see, what is this Temperance? Give me the last one. Again, it could be trying to keep this balance because of the children, and again, you're trying to move forward. Like, child means beginning something new with somebody who is from the past. So it's, yeah, it could be a new start, but then again, in the very next step, it's kind of like giving up. So what is this Nine of Wands reverse here? Oops. You're there is a pride, and again, like, you're giving up because it's a matter of pride. It was a third person, and you want to win. You want to win, and this is why that came out here. It's warning you, it's not about winning. It is like what you're doing right now, you're creating your future karma. So just, it's telling you, look, just be careful about it. So let's see this Knight of Chalices. What is hiding? Clarify that for me. Knight of Chalices. Yeah, you see your chosen one just as Prince, as he is the best feature, he is the best person in the world. Yeah, and you're willing to wait for him. And then why is he coming out here? Why is this coming out as not being a couple? What is this all about? That's King and Queen of Wands reversed, and High Priestess reversed. What is like with this family here? See the end of it, the death. So I think interpreted it right, guys. Like, you're giving everything you can to fight for somebody. It looks like that there will be some advantages to it, that you will kind of like get certain successes, but ultimately, at least in this period of time, okay, let me see that. I think the reason why, what is this Moon about? The reason why you really cannot move on is like that you feel that the situation is still very unclear for you. It looks like that somebody is not telling you the truth, and this could be demanding the truth from somebody. And the moon is like still talking. You see, the moon talks about some deception, and this person could have been with somebody else, and something can be happening behind your back. Maybe it was a third person, somebody said to you they were, and then they're saying they weren't, and you're trying to figure this out. You cannot go to this reunion or relationship without this entire knowledge about that. You see, yeah, it talks about coming, you know, feeling at home with this person. So you might never really find the truth from this person, because this is basically talking to me, telling me like that you have to listen to your intuition, because like High Priestess reversed could be definitely be a child or somebody who doesn't have lots of influence. So what is this High Priestess and the Empress? Because you get twice the message, the same thing. So look, going in two directions again, just like you're doing, back and forth, kind of like, do I want to renegotiate this deal, or do I want to go to this journey, or I don't want to go to this journey? Okay, and let me see this Hierophant and the Six of Swords reverse, because this is telling me coming back to the old relationship and old issues, but it's kind of like literally in your head. So what is this all about? Yeah, I see that's a married guy. So for those of you married couples, there is somebody there who doesn't want to be there, or married person. Yeah, and that's causing depression. So it might be two different storylines. One could be, you know, that some of you will heal and get out and start a new path, and the others of you will still be trying to fight and resurrect. And look, there's a children card that popped out here. It says your love life is being affected by children, and I did get lots of children feelings among this. It looks like this time it connected with couples with children. That looks like that the trying to resurrect relationship is due to the children, but somebody doesn't want to hear it. Let me get one more card. See, unrequited love. So it's either that you're not getting it, or you're not able to give it to someone. And sometimes people just reach the natural ending, but I can see here how much you're struggling to maintain this balance. And it's going to be interesting, Scorpio. Give me your opinion. And of course, this doesn't have to be your situation. It could be just a general reading, just bits and pieces could be true for you. So for your own personal reading, please contact me via my website, www.cattarot.ca. And for on and off relationships, it's always good to kind of like get that expert that I have, because it's also for on and off. It gives you inside feelings of the person, so you really know what is the secretive behavior. And lastly, I really hope you don't stay in this depressive state, and you at least getting into this passion state is really good, because it's coming out of the fog, and I really hope this happens. So thank you, Scorpio, for listening. Please like and subscribe and share and join Facebook, and dislike if you dislike it. That works too. Thank you so much for listening. Love you.